Ooh. Very lightweight, very light, very small footprint as well. Look at that, it's tiny. I like this. This is the perfect printer to put into a place with very little space, especially under a desk, a reception desk or something that has, you know, a shelf that goes over the front, over the top of the desk. Right, here we are. Spin around. Let's have a look. What do we get then out of the box? Got the machine. We have a disc, a quick guide, and a warranty card. 2 bottles and a mains cable. Let's get this tape off. Nothing worse than trying to get the tape off. One round the print head. My finger on there, support it a little bit. There we are. There's a jump point as well. Get this over here. Right, let's have a look around. We've got the bypass at the back. Single sheet. It's got the little logos on there just saying what you can do with it. I can see envelopes. I've done it again, I haven't switched the light on. Done that in another video. Here we go, we can see it better, including myself. So, single feed. Basically telling you how to feed it in with the envelopes and everything, which is good. We have a jam point here. We also, if we open this cover here, this is a jam point, that drops down to get any jams out of there as well. Lift that back up. I did notice in the past that if you close that, that pops open. But that's just the paper feed cover for the tray. That opens up. Like so. Then we have the cover for the ink. So we'll put one of those in now. Just on the side. Type 111. Capacity 6,000. They say out of the box it does 11,000 with the 2 ink bottles, so you must lose 1,000 pages with just purging the system, if you like. So cap off, and we pop after a shake. Give that a minute or so. While we're waiting for that, I might as well unpack the power supply cable. It's a figure of 8. In the corner there. I won't plug it in just yet. Wait for the bottle to finish. Right, after a couple of minutes it's finally stopped gurgling out of the bottle. Here we are. Let's pop that back on there and dispose of. Recycling. Close that. Okay, just around the back here we have a jam cover that pops off. You can actually see the back of the cassette. Let's just open that up some more. You can actually see the paper lift there, it's a solid spring. And here is the cover for the maintenance box. That's a flat blade, so we'll have a quick look at that. You know, some machines, some of the Epson models don't have a waste box. They use those ink absorption pads. So they've got these ink pads, and yeah, you know, it's probably best to avoid them if you do quite a bit of printing. You can go for the ones that you can actually replace these tanks, these waste maintenance boxes, and the ones with the chips on, so it knows when it's had a new one. That's quite important really in relation to the Epsons, because some of the other models, they don't have one of these maintenance boxes. They have pads that run inside the machine at the bottom, and they're not the easiest thing to replace. So these have a chip on them. Pop them out when they're full and fit a new one, and then pop the cover back on again. Polystyrene. There you go. Out of the way. Put that back on. And the screw with a non-magnetic screwdriver. There we are. Pop that back on. Right, I think we're ready to plug her in and switch her on. Right, let's plug her in. Sorry, my tripod's in the way. Let's switch her on. Now we wait a moment for it to boot up and everything. Once that's happened, when this stops flashing, I think, or this stops flashing, should I say, we can hold down the stop button for 5 seconds and it should actually start to fill up the ink supply from the ink bottle. Here we go. Roughly 5 seconds. Away we go. This takes about 10 minutes, so I'll pause the video right now. While we're waiting for that to happen, actually, spin the machine round, because it's wireless. But you know, it's a little different because there's no display, so connecting it to your router might be fun wirelessly. We'll have a look at that in a second. But we also have on the back a USB port and an Ethernet cable. For sure it'll be a lot easier to connect by Ethernet, but we're going to have a go at setting this up on the network wirelessly. So let's go over the specs a little bit. It's got a 100k warranty or 1 year. It doesn't have a fusee unit, drums or dev units, it's purely inkjet, so they use about 95% less electricity than conventional lasers. It is double-sided printing with a 250 sheet capacity tray. You can do mobile printing from it as well. So again, it's got no fusee unit, so the warm-up time is basically nil. It's roughly about 20 pages per minute. I believe it does up to 39, but that could be up to with draft only, maybe. I need to check that, to be honest with you. It's designed with a maximum monthly cycle of 5,000 pages, but generally, I'd say averagely, you're looking between 500 to 1,500 pages. I mean, the first page that comes out of the machine is out within 6 seconds. Electricity-wise, when it's sleeping, it uses 0.7 of a watt. And while it's printing, it uses 13 watts. I mean, there's laser equivalents out there. There's laser equivalents out there that basically run at 400 watts, if not more. And when it's switched off, it's got a trickle usage of about 0.2 of a watt. It's very light. It's only 4.3 kilograms. It's very small as well, so it fits into tight spaces. It's 375 width by 347 depth and 151 millimeters in height, all in mil. It's Wi-Fi, it's Ethernet, and it's USB. It's compatible with Windows and Mac. And out of the box, this is the best part, really, I would say, is it will do up to 11,000 pages with the inks that are provided out the box. The replacement inks do about 6,000 pages, but that is based on 5% industry standard. Now the bottles are roughly about £15 each. So if you divide that by 6,000 pages, it will give you a running cost of roughly about 0.025 pence per page. For sure, this is based on the industry standard of 5%. So in real world, running costs will be higher, I would say, but still a massive bargain basically compared to lasers and other inkjet machines. You know, especially when you take into account it's bundled with 11,000 pages out of the box, if you like, 2 bottles. I'll be honest, I'm not even sure how they can run the machine so cheaply. small end machines are normally sold by the manufacturers or sold at a loss, and they make the money back on the consumables. Maybe that's why to buy this machine it's slightly higher than the usual smaller end machines. Well, while we're still waiting, we'll put some paper in. Put that in there like that. Make sure that push it as far in as you can get it, and just move the guides in gently. That's it. Paper in. Lovely. Has a nice indicator here. Very analog orientated. I like that. It shows you how much ink you've got left in the tank. So when the time comes, you know you need to refill it. Gives you a bit of warning there, especially since there is no display. Right, it's finished, and now it's printing off itself a report afterwards. It's a network status sheet anyway. Yeah. Right, let's get her on the network. Let's connect this to my mobile phone. Mine's an Android phone, so we will connect this printer wirelessly directly to my mobile phone. So we'll switch her on, let her boot up and everything. Now for Wi-Fi Direct, we've got to hold down the Wi-Fi button and the information button together. Right, let's do that. That's it. I'll get my phone out. Turn my Wi-Fi off on my phone. Run the Epson iPrint app that you can download. So from a mobile, we run the Epson iPrint app. You can download off the store. And this machine I don't have anymore actually. I need to change it to my new machine. So when you're going to change the printer, we're going to change it from remote. I don't have that anymore, so it's no relevance to me. We'll go to local. Should now search for the one beside us here. Click on it. Press the Wi-Fi button. Oh no, it's connecting already for me. That's good. So it comes up with the machine, and let's have a look here. Advanced settings. So it wants to connect the password. Can I rotate that? I can rotate that. So I'm just going to make up a password, and then just something for yourself. I'm going to factory reset this afterwards anyway, so just admin for me. So, well, I might as well save it. Right, so this gives us the machine, the setup and everything. Now, what I'm going to try and do here actually is connect the machine wirelessly to my existing network. So we're through the web interface, if you like. So I'm on Chrome right now on my mobile, and we're accessing the printer through the web interface by the IP address that's been given to it. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do now is change that to my existing Wi-Fi network. I don't have WPS on my router because I have a wireless extender here. So let's go in and we'll take a look. So network settings, Wi-Fi, that's where we're connected to at the moment. That's good. So click setup. Hopefully you can see that. Should maybe have recorded it on my mobile separately, to be honest. Let's see. Right, okay, so you can see my two wireless extenders. My strong one, it says keep a kitchen, which is excellent, and it says keep a conservatory, which is fair. So it's not really in the kitchen. I actually have it in my shed now. I just haven't changed the name of it. So we'll connect that. I just need to put my password in, and I'll do that outside of camera. Oh, security, security. So I've put it in. Let's get rid of that keyboard. I've put it in. And next. Yeah, might as well. Press OK. So it's now shutting down. Now I won't be able to access it from a mobile anymore at this point, because it's now, should be, hopefully, fingers crossed, connecting to my wireless network. So I'm hoping to see a solid green light shortly. Here we are. And now I'm going to press the info button. I think I'll hold it down for a few seconds. And hopefully now tells me I'm connected to my existing network. Yes. So here is my status report. So there's my machine, and there is the IP address that has been given from my router, and this is the actual SSID that it's connected to here, which is fantastic. Which I'm changing anyway, so don't worry about security on it. So excellent, I like that. So that's it now connected. So why don't we install the print driver? Right, now we're actually got it on the network. I'm just going to physically have a look at it through the web interface. So, you know, I use an Opera on this occasion. So the IP address that we just printed off on the status report, I'm just going to put in here. So it was 182, wasn't it? Right, there we go. So there's our printer. That's fantastic, isn't it? So from here you can check the firmware. That's good. Why don't we give it a firmware update actually? Can I do that? Well, it won't let me click on it. Right, I've got to log in as admin first. That makes more sense. So admin, put my amazing password that I created before, which I am factory resetting this machine anyway. Firmware update, start. Oh, I have the latest version. That's good. Right, so what else do we have here? So under advanced, we've got our network settings, our Wi-Fi setup, the IP address and the connection, which router, which wireless extender I'm connected to. Very good. What else do we have in here? The first thing I generally switch off, by the way, is I turn off this WSD setting so Windows doesn't install the print driver itself. So I'm just going to confirm that. This takes 30 seconds to sort itself out. It has to do a network reboot. Alright, I'll give it about 30 seconds. So let's have a look and see if it's rebooted. Yes, it has. So let's install the print driver. So I don't have a CD-ROM drive. I'm not sure, most modern computers come without them now, don't they? So we need to go to the Epson website and download the driver. So epson.co.uk, because I'm in the UK, /support, and I accept your cookies. Let's put the model number in, ET-M1170. Give it a second, it should populate. It has. Right, it gives us all of our options here. So drivers, we'll download the driver. There we go. There we are. So obviously with Opera, it downloads in the top right hand corner. So does Edge. Firefox, I think, has a little cursor up here somewhere. Chrome does it in the bottom left hand corner. So I'm just going to click it now. Double click it even. Go through the motions. No, I don't want to set it up as default. No, I don't want to update the software. That's just me personally. Okay. Yep, English. I agree to your terms. I'm just looking for it on the network. Yep, search. I say it was looking for it on the network. It wasn't, was it? No, it is. Here we go. Give it a moment. Do its thing. Alright, so I'll just do a Control P and I will change the actual printer. We'll choose that one. Right, and we'll press print. Fingers crossed. We'll hear something shortly. Now it said 6 seconds. I would say that was pretty quick. Right, I think you can hear that. Okay, that was the printing done. Let's have a look and see. Here we are. That was the 6 pages I've just wasted of paper probably, and all of that black ink. That's me down to about 10,995 pages left in this machine of ink, including the actual spare ink I've still got here. Look, very good. Let's run back with the Epson iPrint app. Now it was, remember I was connected before and I was on 4G, so I could directly talk to the printer to get it on the network wirelessly. There is different ways that you can do this, by the way, connect your machine wirelessly to the network. I've just shown you the way that I like to do it, really, to be honest with you. You can do it through a USB cable as well, but my preference, I thought it was quite easy to do it this way. So I'm now connected back wirelessly, and it says tap here to reselect the printer, so I'm going to click it. It's seen it. In fact, I'm going to do a nozzle check. If the quality does not improve after cleaning, see the manual to solve the problem. Do you visit the Epson website to see the manual? No, close that. Right, smooth them out of the way. Let's have a look. There's a nozzle check to make sure the print head is all happy and everything. That's fine. Obviously, if it's not, you could do a clean generally. But I mean, you could print off a lot of black to see if you can clear it that way rather than actually do a full clean. But saying that, it's only black anyway, so you'll be using roughly the same amount of ink anyway. Look, you can do a firmware update on this tool as well. So you've got head cleaning, nozzle check, and a firmware update. That's under maintenance, obviously. So yes, that's what it looks like. So if you need to print something off from an email, from Outlook, on your phone, or just from Chrome, your Gmail account, any application that's on your phone, this is Android. If you press the three dots at the top, so I'm in Chrome at the moment, so if I press those three dots at the top there, yeah, and obviously I'm in the network when I'm doing this because it's in the network. If you go to share here, I think you can see that, go to print, change my printer because it's the wrong one, there we go. You'll see it populates it, shows you your paper size and everything, okay, whether you want it two-sided or not. Obviously I can only print black and white on this one. How many copies I want, yeah, and just press that print button and it'll print them all off for you. Let's see how fast it is actually. Yeah, go. See how long it takes. Move that out of the way. That's pretty quick, I won't lie to you. Obviously it all depends how quick your network is as well, as in how far away you are from your wireless router or extender. But that's the speed of it, gives you the idea. Well, best not waste my paper. There we are. Thanks very much for watching.